Good morning, good morning, good morning. Do we have a live show for you this morning?
Certainly
Not
do.
only a live show, a lively show this morning.
We have.
We've just been talking to the guests, and Missy here, I thought she was going to get her boxing gloves out at one stage. so this
You
is
don't
gonna
want to know why.
This is going to be quite fiery this morning. I think it's so.
No, I'll be fine.
No, you'll be fine. I brought my fan. I should be cooling you down in the meantime. And of course, we've got Dr. Stephen as usual.
Of course, I'm here. Hello, good morning, good afternoon.
Good morning.
So we're going to have a very, very quick
Yes.
roundup of the news.
Oh, yes.
Overnight, this historic agreement, it's been called. This
Yes.
historic signing between Kim Jong-un.
It's
taken me an age to get used to that name. And what's his name? Trump, isn't it?
Yeah, Trump, yeah.
Trump.
Him,
Donald Trump's. So he's been very, very confident in the fact that he's
Yeah,
now
he has,
signed
hasn't
this peace deal with
Yeah.
Kim Jong-un. Hopefully he has, and hopefully it means all sorts of peace for the world.
What, in 5 minutes?
In fact,
It's a
I said everybody this
Oh
morning.
no, don't Stephen, don't you?
I said everybody this morning, folks, that we're going to do the news in 5 minutes.
Yes,
this
we
morning.
are.
And they said, no, you can't. No, you can't.
Yeah, we're gonna watch this.
We're gonna watch this.
Yeah, go on, Ian.
So, historic agreement is sort of happening. Now, I'm pleased to say that we were talking yesterday about the boat people who had come
Yeah.
from Libya, 600 people, pregnant women apparently, and children amongst this boat, and they hadn't been accepted by Italy. So now apparently they've been accepted overnight by Spain, and they're going to Sardinia as well to actually do it. So thank goodness
Yeah. it's
someone
good
has
news.
had some.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they only had
common
enough food for one day.
apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they were saying. Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I feel for sort of people like this as well, because it's how on earth do you sort of cope with things like this? You know, at the same time, and obviously it's coming to quite a sad time of year as well, because Thursday is the first year of Grenfell.
I can't believe it's a
1
year
year
already. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, and they're still talking about who's been offered a place, who hasn't been offered a place, and all the different issues that they're
Yeah.
still facing.
Still not resolved.
You know,
Still a lot
No,
of people
even now.
and
having
how
problems.
and how a lot of the people don't want to live in high rise. If they're going to a new block of flats, they only want to be in the first 3
But
floors.
do you blame them after going
No,
through that trauma and that
yeah.
turmoil? I probably would not want to live in a high rise again.
No,
after that.
definitely not.
No.
Especially the way they're building things these days within 5 minutes and not the right
Yeah.
materials. I wouldn't want to go back in a high rise.
It's strange because where I live, my flats, you know, I'm on the top floor. It's only 3 stories, but they just renovated the windows. And we were noticing last night on the outside that they're going to put some sort of sealant,
Oh.
and they've covered it over as well. So obviously, you know, I wonder how inflammable we are.
Yeah.
You know,
Makes you wonder.
It does.
it's sort of happening, you know, all over London. It's happening all over Britain. I mean, they're discovering all sorts of issues and flats all over Britain.
Well,
The
they're
cladding.
They're knocking down quite a few flats.
Yeah.
I'm seeing high rises coming down, all the cladding around
Right,
coming
that
down.
says-
So they're
that
still
says a
working
lot.
on things.
Yeah.
They're still working on things, and they reckon something like about 200 blocks of flats, you know, tower blocks of flats, have been affected across Britain. So,
What happened when you cut corners, eh?
well,
Hopefully
Yeah.
they learn now not
You
to
know,
cut any corners and do things properly.
hopefully. Brexit vote.
Yeah.
Now, folks, you know, Brexit in Britain is probably one of the most contentious issues that are happening right now.
It's even split families, divided families, hasn't it?
It's
Brexit.
divided
Yeah,
families.
it
you
has.
know, and so there are crucial votes coming up this week on Parliament. And what do you think about that? What do you think about Brexit?
Well, I'm going to be quite honest. I just think the whole thing's a shambles.
So do I.
Yeah, do you?
I agree. It's a complete mess. As they say, it's a hot mess.
Is that what Trump says?
Oh,
It is.
It's
It is.
a mess.
and I mean, our Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson, he of the white hair,
He's in trouble, isn't he?
was saying that he thought Trump would do a lot better
I know.
during Brexit.
They actually recorded him somewhere. In,
So
Did they not?
there you go. The thing we've learnt on television is never talk gossip when you're live mic.
Right.
absolutely.
Because it can affect people. Anyway, we're going to cut there, and Dr. Stephen is going to talk to two wonderful people.
I know, I can't wait, I'm excited.
About their new record. So we're just going to have a short break now, and we will come straight back.
See you shortly.
Hello and welcome back. You have me, guys. Ta-da! Today we have two wonderful guests, and they are here with me right now. We'll be speaking about music. And hello, welcome, fellas. How you doing?
Hi.
Hello, good
Michael
morning.
Arkk.
Yes, thank you.
Victor Trocky.
Victor Trocky. Here we go.
Yes.
So how are you guys doing today?
Extremely well. I wanted to introduce you. We have Michael Arkk, who
Yes.
is a reggae singer based here in London, who's just released a single, which is doing extremely well. And Michael's going to talk all about reggae to you.
Yes, he is. I'm a big reggae fan. I love reggae music. I grew up listening to reggae music, being of a Caribbean descendant. So how did you actually get into music?
I got into music via my upbringing. I grew up in the church system in Jamaica. I was born there. My dad was a minister, so I've been singing since I was a child.
Okay.
You know, so most of us comes through that system because if you look back at the history of music,
Yes.
you realize that the church has played a major role
Sure, of course.
in producing world-class singers, like even many of the soul singers
Yeah.
were
I've come from the
that
church
background. Aretha and more of them.
So was that your inspiration growing up?
Yes. I listened a lot to people like Aretha Franklin, Otis Redding.
Yeah.
I listened to Sam Cooke, who similar upbringing as well.
Right, okay.
So those are the people that formed my view on music. I wanted to be like them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the reggae, what
Aspect of it.
Yeah, when did that actually come into it for you?
I remember one Saturday morning listening to. Well, I always heard it, but we couldn't practice it in the house.
Oh.
That was total. Actually, we refer to it as jammer back then. Jammer songs.
Yes.
We can't do jammer songs, but all the gospel songs and the soul songs and the country western, somehow we found those as acceptable. But this might sound strange. Excuse me while I light my spliff by Bob Marley. I don't smoke, but that really attracted me.
Okay.
And I think it lit a fuse or a little flame inside, and there it goes.
I like the pun. Right.
That's how I got, my interest in reggae started growing there.
And what age were you around that time?
I think I might have been around 16, 17.
Oh, so you was a teenager.
Yeah, I was a teenager then, yeah. But as I said, you grew up in the church, you're hearing music from you were born.
Yeah, sure.
We had one of those record players,
Yeah.
and we had radio, and I was born before television became popular.
Right. Okay. Well, that brings us on to. So you've got a new track out now.
Yes.
You've got a new single,
Yes.
a new album. Soon.
Yes, Sweet Fire is being worked on. We have released Come Over Tonight from that album.
Yes.
So it's currently doing its thing around the circuit.
Okay. And how's it been doing so far?
Very good. No, I'm just saying that I'm very pleased. We're surprised as well.
Yeah, but people love reggae, especially in the UK. Everybody, every genre, every race, people love reggae music.
People love reggae, but reggae hasn't had the best of publicity and good name.
Right.
You mention reggae in certain circles, nobody wants to know because reggae is associated with one aspect of the music called dance hall, which I'm not pouring any bad. What I say, bad vibe and dancehall, but there were elements there that isn't very pleasant.
Okay.
So reggae is not dancehall.
Okay.
Reggae is reggae. Dancehall is a branch of reggae.
Of course. So how would you describe your brand, your reggae? What sort of reggae have you?
My reggae is more the Tues, Bob Marley, view, I brand mine as soul reggae, soul roots reggae.
So roots
Soul
reggae.
roots reggae.
Roots out culture.
You know what I mean? Every time. One does answer.
Would you like to hear some of it?
I would, yeah, sure. We can have
if I put this to my mic,
quick sample.
I don't know if it's been picked up.
Oh, yeah, this Jervis.
Now, if people want to check out Michael, if they go into this website, www.numen, N-U-M-E-N, records.co.uk, you can check out Michael and listen to the single and all the other reggae songs that Michael has done. So that's numenrecords.co.uk. I'll leave it to you guys.
That's great. That's got a Studio One
Feel to it,
and
because Sir Coxon did a body of work and has left that for us, and we're now free to pick from it and use it. So the main influence on this is from Studio One.
Sure.
You know, somebody won't get no supper tonight.
Yeah.
You know, so that's an offshoot of that.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds really good.
Yeah, man, it's a cool tune, man, and as I said, you know, coming from the gospel,
Yeah.
I'm very influenced with soul, so I can't divorce myself from the soul thing.
Yeah, sure.
It's
sure.
in there, and I just have to go with what's coming out of naturally. So you will hear a sort of a gospel sound,
Yeah.
a soul kind of sound in there, but I'm quite roots, you know.
Okay, which is great.
You know,
Okay. So just we need to touch on it because you know you I want to speak about the Windrush with you just briefly.
Okay.
You know, what's your views on the Windrush at the moment? How do you, because you know, you're from that generation, and
Yes.
what's your views on the Windrush right now and how things have been and how it's been with the country and how they've reacted to things? What's your view?
My view is that somebody was misguided when they took the decision to treat us in that way.
Right.
We had to build this.
Sure.
We have been building this way before that word Windrush was even considered.
Sure.
So the people who has the right to make the decision shouldn't have treated us in that manner.
Of course.
A little look back into history would have shown that these people deserve a better, you know, you need to take a different view, a better view of these people.
Yes.
We're not criminals. We don't come here with balls making anything.
Sure.
We came here by invitation.
Yes.
And I think the powers that be were elected to behave in a way that is you know, reasonable to all of us in the country. And I think Windrush, we from the Windrush, you know, era was treated horribly, really, really badly. And I know there has been resignations, but I think there still more needs to be done to what I would say correct the error.
Yes,
and restore the trust and the love that we had, because we've never been fighting and begging anything.
Yeah.
We've always been kind and willing to work, you
Of
know.
course.
So I really just can't see how that type of politics can be played with us.
Yeah.
You know, so my view on Windrush is that it's bad politics, very, very bad politics.
So you sound very passionate about this.
I am, you know, because what got me, I was reading the papers one day, and I saw this guy who he had developed cancer,
Right.
and somebody was asking him to put money up front before the treatment. When the NHS is our thing, we contributed to it.
Yeah.
So charge him after, if anything. Don't charge him before you administer the treatment. I found that really unpleasant. And I thought, where are we going? What is this?
Okay.
You know, and he was a genuine servant of the country.
Yeah.
Worked hard, paid everything, never got into any trouble, never been a criminal, and you handle him like that. No. We need really to sit down and deal with the matter in a more humane and realistic, reasonable way.
Sure.
Because Windrush is not a term to be looked at as people who came with an intention to defraud.
Sure.
When you say Windrush, the view that should come to your mind, builders,
Yeah.
educated people coming from the West Indies to help us.
Yes.
You know, not scroungers and benefit whatever. I've heard lots of arguments, but back to it, Windrush to me, mishandled badly.
Okay.
I think there's a song in this, Michael, isn't there?
Yes, there is a song in there. I was listening to this guy from Wolverhampton on Subject Levi Roots event.
Right.
And artist respect due, but I don't remember your name right now. And he was referring to Windrush. And he is more Windrush than I am because he was actually born here when his parents came in the late 50s.
Right, well, I don't mean to cut you guys, but just quickly, so if you want to hear your song again, because we're running out of time here, where can we find it?
Yeah, if you go into www.numen records, records.co.uk, and it's the record label, and when you see Michael Arkk, if you click onto Michael Arkk, you can go in and listen to some of his music, and obviously the new single, Come Over Tonight. You'll love it, guys, I promise you.
Great, thank you. Well, we're going to take a short break and we'll be back again with the lovely Ian and Diana. Unfortunately not myself, but you know, I'll see you guys again next week. Take care.
Ciao.
Respect.
Irie, respect.
And now we're going to talk about companionships, and we know a lot about companionships.
Oh, that we do.
We've been best friends, I think.
A long time,
A
haven't we?
long time.
It's good over 10 years, I think.
Absolutely. And it don't seem a day too soon.
Oh God, he's off. All right, Ian, introduce the guest. Hello, Theresa.
This young lady's Theresa Haughey from Jade Companionships. Now, tell us, to start off with, what is the difference between a dating site, because there's confusion at front, and what you're doing, the difference between dating and companionship? What's your view on that?
Companionships is basically being able to meet somebody of the opposite sex without any expectation. So it takes away basically the being afraid and what the other person is thinking, knowing that they're just both together having fun, and at the end of it, there's literally no expectation at all.
So do you see this as a group activity or is it a couple's activity? Now you're specialising, people of my age, bless your heart, at long last, something for me.
I know,
folks.
Ian was extremely happy when he and Theresa was coming
something
on
for
board.
me, folks. You know, over 60s, you know, I can still cut my food up, you know, all these type of things.
Theresa, I do apologise. I do, but they're not like that.
So we're still sprightly. Why over 60s?
Because there really is a gap in the market at the moment on companionships. Is people over 60 is to really head out into the dating, internet dating, is probably one of the most scariest experiences. And you know, the topic of loneliness at the moment is really, a lot of it is down to people being afraid to do something. And I'm 45. And for me, to actually go into internet dating, it is terrifying. And I've tried it a couple of times, and it was a horrible experience. So somebody that's been married for many, many years, to all of a sudden have to head into an internet dating.
It's very scary,
It
actually.
is, which they're not used to. So for companionships, it really gives them a platform to meet somebody without that hesitation there. And for Jade Companionships, is what we do is set everything up for them individually. So some people like to meet people one-on-one. For me, I like meeting people one-on-one, but some people feel a little bit more comfortable in a group environment. So we also offer group experiences monthly.
I mean, I think, you know, we've talked a lot, we had a meeting recently, we talked a lot about all the different issues for over 60s. I think over 60 people, my generation, we're probably the last generation of talkers rather than on the internet and social media.
I would agree with you there, yeah.
And so I think it's terribly important to be able to converse and to be able to just to discuss views, go out for coffee, whatever it might be. But how are you going to pair people together naturally? How's this going to work?
Yeah, I'm interested in the process here actually.
When people, first of all, there's nothing online, we have a website where we have a platform for members only, so that we do have a forum that they can chat with each other. But what we do at Jade is we match people individually.
Okay.
We built a database that we can match people by their like-mindedness, on their specialized interests, where they live, and what their preferences are as well.
So they have a photo up as well as their interests. Is that how it works?
Absolutely, but nobody sees that other than us. So
Oh,
we do
right.
all the connections. So
Oh, that's
everything is
unusual.
tailor-made
Right.
to that individual need.
So it's almost like a blind date in one way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
But
is,
but it's
without,
not.
the-
It's
without,
okay, but
without
it's
being
not.
afraid, yes. So
Yeah.
we do all of the work for
So
them.
you'd have to be thorough about the person that you're trying to match, because especially if they're not seen, because a lot of people are visual, you know, and they tend to really, the looks come first, which I think for me is, you know, that's not important to me, but to some people it is. So that's putting a lot of pressure on yourself there. What if you get it wrong? How does, you know?
It's unlimited connections. So if we get it wrong the
Ah.
first time, we can keep on trying. But hopefully through the interview process with that individual, that we really do a deep dive, and the information that we collect from them, that is not just with us, I think that we'll be able to do some really good matches.
So what type of questions, I mean, if I come to you,
I'll let you know, viewers. I will let you know.
you know, I knew this was going to be an embarrassing morning with this young lady sat there.
Go on, Ian. Ask away. I'll sit here quietly. Anyway, Theresa.
So if I was to come to you, what type of questions would I be expected to answer? Honestly.
I would first of all want to know that your history. What is it you've done throughout your life that got you to today, and why you've come to Jade? And what is it? What are your interests? What do you enjoy doing?
So I just wanted to clarify as well. It can be for couples as well as single people, can't it?
Absolutely, because with a lot of couples is they have different interests. So what we're matching is companionships and not dating. I would love to think that we do get some couples out of this in the end, but we are definitely not a platform for dating.
I think that's trying to get my head around that, because it's so used to matchmaking.
Look at you, love.
I know.
I can tell.
I love it. It's like I'm used to the word dating, you know, and all of a sudden companionship. It's a word we've always used, but in the way you're describing it, it's very different.
What type of events do you envisage doing? What's going to bring people together?
We have the first one, which is it's an Epicurean on deck on a yacht
excuse
in
me.
London.
Oh, nice,
So we've
Ian.
arranged this
That'd be
for
good for you.
August.
Anyways, you say, when's this?
In August.
Thank you.
In August. Okay.
Thank you, Diana,
You're welcome.
for inviting me on.
Absolutely fine. So is that your first launch? Is that when you-
The launch is on the 2nd of July, but the first group event will be in August on the yacht.
And you've got quite a prestigious launch, haven't you? So tell us a little bit about that. Who might be turning up?
We do. Yes, there's been a big build-up to the launch because it's a company of the first really of its kind, because everyone else is really dating and companionships, but most individuals don't want to go there because there's not much between the dating and companionships. But trying to get that we are just companionships out there has been very difficult. So the launch is really to give a really big steer. So we have some fantastic people coming along to support, which is Sir Cliff Richard.
Oh, he's fabulous.
He is, and he's a
Congratulations.
massive support through this.
Is he?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Gori Honeysburgs will be
Oh,
there.
she's lovely. Yeah.
Paul Sutton Hewitt, who is the founder of Park Runs, who has been my mentor through this, who is an incredible gentleman and has really kept me on the right path. We also have a few other special guests.
Oh,
as
she's
well.
keeping it under her hat, is she?
So,
I'm all
yes.
ears.
So we have also Jane MacDonald as well.
Oh,
So,
she's
okay.
lovely.
She's
She's
perfect
lovely.
for the yacht.
She is.
So hopefully she'll
She
give
is.
us a song or two.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So where do you see the future, in all of this?
For me, I hopefully see the future that a lot of people over the age of 60 that really trust Jade Companionships as a platform to go forward and meet like-minded people with the same interest. It's given them a safe and secure environment to really meet each other without being afraid, without any expectation, and hopefully it will become a household name within all 60 plus out there.
Are you the only one doing this?
Yes.
You are?
Yes, I am at this moment.
And how many people over 60 are there in Britain?
There's over 4 million over 60. Of that, over 1 million are lonely and will not reach out to anybody for any assistance. That they only see somebody at 1 per month, which is awful. There's some amazing charities out there for the age group, really amazing charities, but not everybody wants charity.
But even the word charity, they don't want to be seen as a
No,
charitable.
as a charity case.
Yeah, so I really like what you're doing with this. But you have to be 60 plus, do you?
Well, no, actually, no.
Just checking.
I think she fancies the Epicure dinner.
Yes, as you're saying.
I actually have some gentlemen who are going to be joining who are in their 50s.
Right.
And they said that they understand that
So they want the older woman then?
that the demographic is 60 plus, but they're very happy because they don't want to date. They literally just want to meet people to do activities with.
No, absolutely.
And that's hopefully what we are going to be
So,
expertise on.
how do people get in contact with you?
We have the website up and running, which is www.jadecompanionship.com. There is a website, there is a telephone number that you will actually get myself, and that I can chat through exactly what the company can offer you and if we can meet their expectations. There's also a live chat as well on the website, that people can chat directly if they don't want to speak to somebody, and that's 24/7.
Excellent. Well, time has run out this
I
time.
know, we had
I'm
a great
afraid.
show. Thank you so
but
much,
It is
Theresa.
such an interesting subject
Yeah,
as well. And I think it's something that people of my age group really can do with as well. I feel I'm terribly lucky working with people like yourselves.
Wow, thank you.
I thought I would just say that, otherwise she'll hit me after the show. But
not true.
But the reality is, no, I mean it, and I think I'm very, very lucky. But there are so many people in my age group out there who have this type of sort of loneliness issue, and I really hope they go to Theresa and join this very, very worthy companionship site.
And I think we need to thank everyone today, don't we?
We need to you do the thank you.
Oh, we've got to thank Dr. Stephen for interviewing, Michael Arkk and Victor Trocchi. I mean, I've listened to the song. I love it because I love reggae.
Absolutely.
And obviously Theresa again, and your good self,
and Maria,
our camera lady,
and
Justice, our producer.
Absolutely.
And we're back again
next week.
So,
as I always say, guys, have a great day wherever you are across the world, where we're coming to, and remember, keep on smiling because it makes people wondering what you're smiling about. Have a great day.
Take care.